question I get asked a ton is if I would ever date an African American man or if I ever been with one. And my answer is
One of the biggest conversations right now in the Black YouTube space is about interracial dating. Specifically, when we're talking about Black men, or more accurately, African American men, there's a noticeable trend where many are gravitating not just toward white women, but toward women of other non-Black ethnicities as well. That includes Latina women, and it gets even more layered because some Latina women are Afro-Latina, meaning they have Black heritage too. The dynamic here is interesting because there's clearly a demand, many of these men are openly expressing interest, and a lot of the women are aware of it. But what this has created is a complex situation where preferences, attraction, and social dynamics start to intersect, and not always in ways that are positive. It's sparking debates, questions about loyalty and identity.
Black woman who has grown up around other Latino women, I have realized for a very long time that sometimes you guys act like the chosen ones when it comes to dealing with Black men.
Woo! So basically, this Black woman is pointing out that some Latino women seem to feel like they have a natural claim to Black men. Of course, this varies a lot depending on where you are in the country. I grew up on the West Coast, but out east, especially in cities with large Dominican, Puerto Rican, and other Latino communities, you see this play out a lot. Black and Latino communities often live in the same neighborhoods, go to the same schools, and share similar cultural spaces, so interracial dating naturally happens. And it's not just proximity. Some Latino women openly prefer Black men. Look at someone like Cardi B, who is Dominican. Her dating history shows that she's only ever dated Black men. That's one high-profile example, but it does make you wonder, how widespread is this preference among Latino women? Recently, a woman went viral after answering a subscriber's question about this very topic, sparking a huge conversation online about race, attraction, and dating culture.
is if I would ever date an African American man or if I ever been with one. And my answer is it's not for me. Unfortunately, it's not for me. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's not. And I'm going to give you guys the point of view from a guy's point of view towards African American women because I've done my research. I've asked a ton of men about this and they all come back to me with the same response. Okay. And I don't really hate for you guys to be in the dark about this. I want you guys to know why it is and why we avoid it and why African American are the least desirable to date in the whole US. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So listen up. First reason is because you guys carry a very strong odor. A smell, a very strong smell. And I'm not saying because you guys don't shower, you guys are nasty. It's because you guys just carry this really unique smell. And you guys probably don't notice it. You guys can't smell it because you guys grew up that way. But us, on the other hand, we notice that smell right away. And let me tell you guys, it's not pleasant. I'm sorry, it's not a pleasant smell. It's just not a pleasant smell. Okay.
Now, this Latina woman is saying that the biggest thing she just cannot stand about Black men is the way they smell. And let me be clear, this isn't about hygiene in the usual sense. I'm living over in Uganda, and I hear people talk about smells all the time. Some Ugandans will complain about how certain Indian communities smell, or foreigners might comment on how a Ugandan smells. Everyone has their own perceptions, and sometimes it comes down to culture, diet, or even genetics. So when she says she doesn't like the smell of Black American men, it's not necessarily a knock on cleanliness. It doesn't mean Black men don't shower or use cologne. It's more of a personal preference, or as she sees it, a deal breaker. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard a Latina woman specifically cite smell as a reason she can't date Black men. And I was kind of taken aback. But at the same time, personal preferences can be surprising, and this just shows how complex attraction really is.
You guys are extremely loud people. Very loud people. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, it just throws off ghetto-ness. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say that, but it throws off ghetto-ness. I can't stand somebody that's ghetto. I'm sorry. I grew up in the ghetto. Okay? I grew up somewhere called the jungle. You can already get an idea. It's the ghetto. Does not mean that I'm going to be ghetto and I'm going to act ghetto You know what I mean? I left the ghetto-ness for a reason. So it's a no-no for me, okay? And maybe for the men, the African-American men are at least a little bit more mellow on that end when it comes to the loudness. It's not as bad as the women, but it's a problem. We don't like it, guys, okay? So there you have it. Those are the two main reasons why. Two main reasons why, okay? And like I said, guys, I didn't want you guys to be in the dark. I wanted to come on here and let you guys know, because I feel like a lot of people won't make a video about this because they feel like they're gonna get a lot of hate and they're afraid to hurt people's feelings. But I'm here to tell you, I don't care about your feelings. I care about the truth and being honest. That's it, okay? So take it however you want. That's the feedback.
So here's the thing. This Latina woman shared some opinions about black men that caught a lot of attention. She said that one of the biggest issues she has with black men is that they smell a certain way. And she also mentioned that they can be loud, which she equates to being ghetto. Interestingly, she points out that this loudness isn't as much of a problem in black women, but for men, she feels it's unnecessary and over the top. And she's very clear that she doesn't care if black men's feelings are hurt. She's just telling the truth from her perspective. Now, while you could go into the comments and debate this endlessly, the reality is that everyone is entitled to their own preferences, and she's simply expressing hers. What's important for black men to understand is that while there are Latina women who are open to dating outside their community, there are also many who aren't. Preferences exist for many reasons, whether it's culture, upbringing, or personal taste. She never said she doesn't like the appearance of black men. Her issues are about smell and loudness. But this points to a bigger truth. Most communities, including Latino communities, naturally prefer their own people. Whether they're Dominican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, Colombian, or Mexican, many Latinas feel more comfortable with men who share their culture, habits, and values. The issue becomes more complicated because some black men tend to overpraise Latina women, often online, and make it seem like other communities are somehow better. While many Latinas are indeed beautiful and admirable, consistently elevating them over black women or women in your own community can backfire. It sends a message that you're more invested in people outside your culture than in your own, and that can lead to disappointment. A black man might see a beautiful Latina woman, think she's perfect for him, and then realize that the men in her community are already competing for her attention, resources, and loyalty. She doesn't need him the way a woman in his own community might. Another key point is the reality of dating outside your community. Many black men who pursue women from other communities often have to pay a premium. That doesn't always mean money. It can mean excelling in status, career, appearance, or other qualities just to be considered seriously. These women may not have to meet the same standards with men from their own community because they already have options. In contrast, within the black community, there are abundant opportunities, whether it's in dating, business, or social networks. There's talent, resources, and an amazing pool of women, both locally and globally, including in the diaspora with Ethiopian, Ugandan, Nigerian, South African, and Caribbean women. Ultimately, what black men need to understand is this: the women outside your community are not automatically a prize. Your value and what you bring to the table matter, and many women from other cultures won't prioritize you just because you're interested. Once you realize the strength, beauty, and opportunity within your own community, it shifts your confidence. You don't waste energy on women who disrespect you or who aren't fully invested. The lesson is simple. Focus on your worth, appreciate the options you already have, and understand that